everybody. We are back again, Twin Flames Unite. Hope y'all had a good day. And if y'all don't know already, I'm Chris.
And I'm Alicia. What up?
And today we have some awesome information for you all as always. And today is some really important information because these are some things to really help you all out as far as when you get into any arguments with your twin flame. That's
Take some skills and some tools. So we are here to help you with that. Hopefully that you'll find this information helpful, and maybe you can use this technique if you do have this situation. We hope that you don't, but it's life and stuff happens, and we are individuals, so we don't always agree on everything. So hopefully these tips that we have can help diffuse a heated argument that you might be having with your twin.
Gotcha. All right. So we have 4 suggestions.
These are suggestions.
These are 4 suggestions of things that you can do to diffuse an argument. Okay? Because this is something that Alicia and I have both heard about as far as on some of the platforms or groups on Facebook about twin flames having arguments with their partners. And then there are some people who are in twin flame relationships, and for the most part, most know how to diffuse the situation, but just for those who may need just a little bit of help, we're here to provide that for y'all, okay?
Yes.
And so, once again, we know y'all's time is valuable, so we're going to jump right into it, okay?
Dive right in. Go ahead, baby.
All right. So, first suggestion that we would give is to calm down. Take a breath. Because when you get into these arguments, things can get heated very quickly.
Yes.
And if you've watched our videos before, we've said time and time again that the emotions, the feelings that you feel when you're with your twin flame are very intense.
Super.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that you take a moment to take a pause and just not say anything, not do anything, just take a pause.
Mm-hmm.
And just to give you a quick example, because it's real easy. Let me show you. I just did it. I just did it.
Man, looking for something.
All right. And when you take this pause, now this is something that you will need to discuss with you and your partner.
Yeah.
Which is whether or not you all are going to take this pause together in the same area.
Right.
Or if you're going to do it in separate places. Like if you're going to leave and go somewhere, make sure your other partner knows and you all both agree on what you're going to do so that you all can get back to center and really open up and listen to one another.
Be on the same page pretty much, not reading from 2 different books. Yeah. So that was one of our suggestions. The other suggestion that we would have, and that's following the first one, because it kind of helps if you do it in this order. So the next one will be to just let go of the need to be right. Because a lot of the times, we're so adamant on who was right and who was wrong. At the end of the day, you can mess up a really good relationship by fighting over who's right and who's wrong. Sometimes you got to look at the bigger picture. I said this before in the previous videos, there are many battles within a war, so you just have to know how to pick your battles. So just let go of the whole scenario of holding on to that I'm right, because really and I used to have that problem. I struggled with that too, being right, but it's not the end all. And people think that strength comes from being right and just holding on, but that's really just the ego. That's the ego. So you want to dissolve the ego, just let go of that feeling of wanting to be right and yelling and screaming at the top of your voice to try to get your partner to hear you. They could hear you if you say it in a stiller voice. But just let go of that notion of wanting to be right all the time.
Yeah.
So that's the second step that you might want to do in calming yourself down. After you've calmed down, you've taken those deep breaths and stuff like that, just let go of this whole wanting to be right attitude.
Right. Yeah. And you said something that's so key just a moment ago, as far as just letting it go, because we have bigger problems in this world that we have to deal with.
Yeah.
So coming together with a calm head really helps out, so that we can really get back to the purpose of what we're here for.
Right.
Okay. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Now on the next tip, which is the third tip that we would give you all on how to diffuse an argument. Okay. The next part is that you want to take the time out to listen. This is after you've gotten the opportunity to calm down, get yourself together, put the ego out on the porch for a moment.
Let it sit outside and get some sun.
Yeah, let the ego sit outside. And now that you've done that, now you can really listen to your partner. And I don't mean just sit there hearing the words that are coming out of their mouth. I mean actively listening.
Right. And baby, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
go right ahead, babe.
A lot of people listen to respond. So when you're listening to your partner, it's not to listen to key points where you can jump in and bring up something else, but just really listen to what they're saying. Truly listen with compassion and care.
Yeah, because this is not double dutch, y'all. You're not waiting for your turn to jump in, okay?
Yeah.
You really want to listen and understand what your partner is saying. Because if there's something that they're upset about, let's say, for example, you cheated, or you cheated on your taxes or something like that.
That ain't nothing.
Hey, that's making money come out of the house. We don't want that to happen.
Oh my God.
But you have to understand where your partner is coming from.
Right.
So that you can really understand what is the root issue of what's going on here and how we can fix it. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Actively listening. Find out what is the really root issue. Why are they upset? Okay? Maybe you stole the vegan cookies or something like that. They really wanted those cookies.
And you ate it all.
The stomach was growling. So now you got to feed their hunger. So just keep that in mind. Actively listening.
Right. Listen and understand where they're coming from, because half of the times what you're arguing about might not be where the root of the problem is coming from. So yeah.
Yeah. And this is a person that when you get into a twin flame relationship or any relationship that's worth having, this is not something that's short term. You're in it for the long haul. So you want to make this whole process, this whole journey as pleasant as possible.
Yes.
Of course, there are going to be bumps in the roads, and hopefully these tips that we're giving you today will help make this road a little less bumpier.
Right.
Okay? And get some things done. Yeah.
All right. So now for the other suggestion that we have, which is the fourth one, these are actually action steps that you can take. So the first thing, after you follow those steps, you've calmed down, you've gotten yourself to let it go, you've dissolved your ego, you've actively listened to your partner to see what they have to say, and then you can take this time, now that you're calm, to also say what you have to say too, but in a calm way where you actually come into some sort of compromise within the conversation. And then you take your action steps. Once you're done doing that, you just hold your partner's hand, lock it together really tight. When you're done, yeah, like that, kind of give that lock, right? And then you look them in the eye. Look them dead in the eye.
It's hard for me to not kiss her right there.
Yeah, that was kind of hard. But you look them in the eye, and make sure you deep in the eyes, like you want to get that connection going. And you guys take deep breaths together. You start from the pit of your stomach, breathing in, breathing out. And you do that until your breaths are synchronized. So it's like you're kind of like one. And you just go in and out, and let everything dissolve. Try it and see what happens.
It's a beautiful thing.
Whatever comes next, which, some love making, that does help to release all that tension and whatever you didn't feel good about. But always remember to apologize. I mean, even if you didn't think that you were wrong, try to apologize, because usually when you apologize to someone, if it's an argument, the other person is probably gonna have something in there that they said or did that wasn't really, they shouldn't have said it, and they'll apologize also. An apology goes a long way, and then you guys can get into the love making.
And one other point I'd like to add to that, Leisha, and this is something that we just talked about a moment ago, is that when you think about it, when you get into an argument, it's really because there's some type of wound that's been opened.
Yeah.
Okay? And this last step, after you all have had a chance to calm down, you've had a chance to hear each other's side and really see what the root issue is and figure out how you can fix it.
Right.
Okay? So now you've stopped the bleeding and you've found out what the issue is. Now at this last point where you're locking hands, you're looking into each other's eyes, you're embracing for that deep soul sinking hug type thing, right? What you're doing now is sealing that wound with love.
With love and compassion. Love and compassion.
Yes. And that's one of the lessons that we've learned before about letting go of attachments, sealing things off with love. When you seal it off with love, there's a better chance that if a situation like this comes up again, you all actually probably won't even get into an argument because you already know how your partner feels about a certain situation, and you won't even make that mistake.
Right, because you actually took the time to listen with an open heart.
Yes. So, wow, this information was so awesome.
Yes.
And because we feel the energy that comes from people that we've talked to, and we've talked to a lot of different people that are going through different situations with their twin flames, and even people who are not in twin flame relationships. So this can help if you're in a twin flame relationship or if you're not in a twin flame relationship, because at the end of the day, we want y'all to be happy. We want you to be fruitful, in everything that you do, and
successful,
and be the greatest versions of yourself.
Yes. Exactly. That's why we do what we do.
All right. So if this video was helpful for you, once again and every time, we're gonna ask you, give us that thumbs up. Let us know that you like what was going on. And also, once again, thank you all so much for the comments. You all are so active, and it is so awesome to connect with such wonderful, spiritually.
We have been.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, such beautiful souls, beautiful people. We thank you and we love you so much.
Yes. So we are here once again. Oh, and one last thing. We almost forgot.
What?
For the subscriber who was 111.
111.
Yes. For that subscriber, we ask that you leave a message on this video so that we can know who you are, because that number is so significant to us, especially in the spiritual community. So we want to make sure that we get you a Twin Flame shirt as well. All right. And once again, don't forget about our GoFundMe page. We also have that down in the description. We have our details down for the Sedona trip. So we're going to be putting that together, actually working with the facility to do a promo video and everything to get you all to see how beautiful it is and let you know all of the things that they can do there to help you out in growing spiritually. I mean, absolutely phenomenal.
It is.
Okay, so Man, I'm just overfilled with joy right now. So I hope that this information really helps y'all out so that you all can have the best relationships and live your best life.
Live your best lives, guys.
All right. So we are out. Twin Flames Unite. I'm Chris.
And I'm Leisha.
Peace out.